Blessings to everyone. Today's devotional is taken from James chapter 1, and it is about counting it all joy when you encounter various trials. Now, this verse tells us to do something that is counterintuitive. First of all, when we encounter trials, our natural tendency is to be depressed, to be sad. Some are even shocked and become bitter towards God. But the Bible is telling us that the proper response of a Christian is to rejoice, which means there must be something about trials that is actually a blessing to the children of God, whether the trial is a form of chastisement or a trial properly called, in that it is not the result of one's having committed a sin, but is sent by God to strengthen you, to try you, so that you will trust all the more in Him. The point is, all things really work together for good. Now, to those who love God and are called according to His purpose, I remember a verse from the Psalms which says, "It is good for me to have been afflicted, because now I keep your word." And that might be one reason why God sends us trials, because probably without being aware of it, or maybe we're aware of it, but our hearts are little by little becoming hardened. We have been wandering away from the Lord, and we have not been heeding His word anymore, and as a result, our spiritual lives become weaker, and we actually lose spiritual joy in favor of earthly and wicked pleasures. So in order to get us to return to Him and experience true joy, God sends us afflictive trials, afflictions, in the form of chastisements. And what we perceive to be a removal of our joy is actually an opportunity to be spiritually joyful. So that is one way of looking at it. Trials are actually, in this sense, a blessing in disguise, and is a cause for joy. We can rejoice even in the midst of chastisement, even though the chastisement is not pleasant, because it is one way of God restoring to us the privilege of being joyful in Him, instead of being joyful in worldly things, which kind of joy is actually just temporary and even might result in spiritual harm. But the joy of the Lord, rejoicing in the Lord, whatever the circumstances might be, that is spiritually beneficial, especially when it strengthens your relationship to God. You get to trust Him all the more, and you are, returned from your sinfulness and put back on the path of holiness. So in that sense, we really have good reason to count it all joy when we encounter various trials, even chastisement. God bless you.